What's up, vinyl community? It's Jason coming at you from the Jazz Basement. Hope you're having a good night. Wanted to share some fresh finds with you that I've amassed over the past couple of weeks, and pretty interesting story that comes along with a lot of these, um, but definitely underscores the importance of building relationships with local record stores. One store locally here in Washington, D.C. that I frequent, and you've heard on other videos, is HR Records. Have a really good relationship with them. And last week, got a text from the owner and said, "Hey, got some heavies in, thought you might be interested." Sent me a flip through video, said, "Yes, I'm interested." So went over, saw what they had, picked up the next three records. Kicking it off with Benny Green, Walkin' and Talkin', Blue Note, 4010. Super clean, as you can see. Benny Green on the trombone. This is a great record. Trombone, you don't really, there aren't a lot of uh, sessions that are led by a trombonist. Benny Green comes to mind, certainly someone like Curtis Fuller. I had really gotten into trombone by listening to Blue Train a lot, where Curtis Fuller plays prominently on that. It's just a fun instrument. And Benny Green, don't hear him talked a lot about. I don't think his stuff gets reissued very much, and his originals are really hard to come by. So I was really happy to pick this one up. This is an original press. It's the 47 West 63rd. No registered trademarks. I think this is a 1959 press. What I love about that, what I love about him is his records just swing hard. Like, they're just super fun. Definitely a party record. Really interesting compositions. And again, you don't see it that often. And to get an original and in that condition, count me in. What I was really interested in were the next two. And this next one is the one that I've been looking for a long time. They HR actually had one a couple of weeks before, and when I looked at it, I opened it up, and it was a different record in the cover. But anyway, this most recent iteration, I found this, an original press of Grandstand by Grant Green, original mono, um, deep groove, just a beautiful condition album, and really great features. Obviously, Grant Green on guitar, but then also Yusef Lateef. And Yusef Lateef really makes this record shine, in my view. I've been looking for one of these for a long time. Came close a couple weeks ago, but it actually had Grant's first stand, his first release on Blue Note, in the sleeve, which is in and of itself would be a great find. But really excited about this one. Lateef steals the show. There's no question about it. And as you can see, it's in immaculate shape. So happy to check that one off the list. And then the one I was most excited about is one you don't see very often. It's from Jackie Mclean. Jackie Mclean, Bluesnick. This is an original mono press featuring Jackie McLean, Freddie Hubbard, Kenny Drew, Doug Watkins, and Pete LaRocca. So really great bluesy album on the West 63rd Street with the registered trademark. These are tough to find. I've never seen one in the wild. It's super clean, and picked up the three in a little package deal. About a week before those, HR had gotten this crazy haul. It came in a trash bag, and they didn't find them in the trash, but they have a relationship with a guy who goes out and cleans out storage units and homes, and he's not a record collector per se, but he brings records in for them to check out. And he brought in this insane stash. They had reached out to me, said, hey, they did a quick flip through, tons of Benny Golson, couple Lee Morgans, and they had an original press of Quiet Kenny, which is just mind blowing, right? So this collection came in a trash bag, and I reached out and said, hey, let me let me borrow those. I'll take them home. I'll run them through the ultrasonic cleaner, and then just as like a favor to the shop. Now, there was a true favor. I'd like to help them out whenever I can. And again, I have a really good relationship with the shop, but part of me also wanted to see uh, exactly how the Quiet Kenny played. And it played through beautifully. I would say, strong VG, um, but someone had beat me to it. And they said, well, we've set it aside for this other friend of the shop, and if he passes on it, it'll come to you. So, and it was a high dollar record, right? This would have been the most expensive record I would have bought by a long shot. Um, got a text later that night from HR, and they said, "Guy passed. Do you want it?" And I was in the process of like putting my son down. I was giving him a bath, and I said, "Let me get back to you in a little bit. I got to put my son down." And then by the time I put him down, I actually fell asleep with him. So by the time I woke up later that night, I texted, said, "Hey, count me in." I was kind of on the fence because it's still a lot of money. I said, "Count me in. When am I ever going to find a Quiet Kenny?" But it had sold. The guy's like, "No." The other guy changed his mind 2 minutes after I texted you. He put a deposit down. He's going to pick it up. If it doesn't go through, it's coming to you. It did go through, but not all was lost because I got to pick this bad boy up. City Lights by Lee Morgan. Incredible record. Early output. I think this is from 1957. It's on the West 63rd label, Deep Groove. No registered trademark. Is it my favorite Lee Morgan album? No, but it is it's a very collectible record, and it's a very good album. But I think I would put Search for the New Land ahead of this. It does have a slightly different sound. Search for the New Land, I think, came out in 64 or 65. This is 1957. But, this is young Lee Morgan, right? So he's probably like 18 or 19 years old on this. And, it's a very, very good listen. It's not my favorite Lee Morgan, but happy to have this in the collection. And kind of soften the blow of not getting Quiet Kenny. Win some, lose some. But I did clean up Quiet Kenny, and I did get to play it on my system. So I had it in my hands. I played it. So it scratched the itch a little bit. And anyway, moving on. The next two are from another shop here in DC that I love the shop as well. It's called Psalm Records. Neil, who's the owner there, has a really great taste, has really interesting eclectic mix, and definitely pulls out some heat. So this is a couple weeks ago, and I was in the neighborhood randomly and swung in. And when I was parking the car, he had posted this on Instagram. So posted it, literally I walk in the shop a minute later, checking out kind of the holy moly wall, and I saw it. I was like, gotta have this one. This is phenomenal. Immortal jazz classic by all stretch of the imagination. Eric Dolphy, Out to Lunch. Original mono. Blue Note 4163. Nice and clean, as you can see. Check out the lineup. Dolphy, Freddie Hubbard, Bobby Hutcherson on the vibes, Richard Davis and Anthony Williams on the sticks. Beautiful New York, USA labels. Deep Groove. I think this came out in 1964. Again, this is more on the free jazz side, but it's early free jazz, so it's not that far of a bridge from hard bop. Dolphy's a master here. Again, Bobby Hutcherson on the vibes, plays fairly prominently. That's a good thing for some people. Other people, not crazy about the vibes. I think it's additive on this record. And this it was recently reissued, I believe. I think you can find this on the Classic series, or I think it's a Classic series. This is one of the top 10 jazz albums that you've got to have in your collection, in my view. Awesome, iconic work, iconic cover. Just super pleased to have this. in the collection. I was talking with Neil. I said, "Hey, I really love Grant Green," and at this point, I had picked up Idle Moments, which I featured on a video couple of 2 videos ago, I think. And he said, "Oh, I think I have another Grant Green at home," and it's like I forgot what it is, but he's like, "I'll dig it up and I'll shoot you a text." So again, the importance of building relationships with brick and mortar stores. Um, so he texts me this next one. He said, "Would you be interested?" Yes, I'm interested. It is another one that I never thought I'd get. Grant Green, Green Street, original mono press, beautiful original cover. It is in near mint, excellent condition, looks unplayed. Blue Note 4071, unbelievable album. New York, USA, just killer stuff. It's a trio. So Grant Green, Ben Tucker on bass, Dave Bailey on the drums. It's just beautiful. Is it as good as Idle Moments? No. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. And I don't think this. I'm not sure this has been reissued. I know Music Matters did one, but it's been sold out for a long time. Great album, highly recommended. Iconic artwork. Just the music is beautiful. And then the last two are Immortal Jazz Classics. They were actually two of the records that I wanted the most to find in 2022, and didn't even think I'd get a chance to sniff at an original press for either one of these, but I did, and the price was very reasonable. Um, I don't know which one to show you first, but I guess we'll go with this one because it's on top. Boom. Bill Evans, Sunday at the Village Vanguard. Immortal Jazz Classic. Yes. Beautiful cover. The sad part is they put some masking tape here. I don't know why they did that. There's no splits, there's no seams. But it is, I guess it kind of blends in a little bit. But as you can see, it's an original mono. Although I'm not sure it's 100% original. It was pressed in 1961. It's RM 376. I think the true first press was RLP 376. But deep groove, the blue real label. I don't know, call it a second press, call it a late first. I don't know, but it's just amazing to have this record. I had an OJC before, which served me well, and to be able to pick this up is pretty outstanding. The same shop, these were not found locally, but the same shop also had a true original Waltz for Debbie. So again, couldn't believe I got this. This was for a fraction of what they go on eBay. Same thing, has the masking tape, which is unfortunate, but no ring wear, which is great. It has the right shade of blue, I guess, on Debbie. But then RLP 399, deep groove. This one all checks out. This is a true first press from what my research has led me to believe. So these are absolute must-owns in your collection. Recorded over 2 days at the Village Vanguard. Scott LaFaro, the bassist, died tragically the next week in a car crash. Highly affected Bill Evans, but this is just really beautiful music, and I suspect many of you have a copy of one or both of those in your collection. If not, you got to find a way to find an OJC. I think there's been a couple one steps if you were lucky enough to get those from MoFi. Those are, I think that the Sunday at the Village Vanguard goes for like $500, $600, $700 if you can find it. So, and I got both of those for less than that. So, Anyway, wanted to share those with you. Hope you guys have a great weekend. It's been a long week, just given what's going on in the world. Um, but one of the great things about jazz, just come down here to the jazz basement, throw some records on, and just have a moment of peace to yourself. So, thanks for watching. Um, appreciate the support. I'm almost at 600 subscribers. So, if you like the video, give me a subscribe. I really appreciate it. And hope you enjoyed these. And until next time, have a good one.